We're back.
Hey.
Radio people in America. Rachel Sprinkles is here. Robert Sherman and the special guest of the day. And my good father and friend and co-host, Tom Saylor. Tom, terrific. Hi,
Hello,
Dad. How
radio
are
people. Love to have you listening.
So listen, I just want to take 1 second here to interrupt because you couldn't really see this, but that was an extremely moving moment with Todd and his father in the fact that this was one of those moments where that men matter in the lives of other men and the difference that they make in shaping and directing and giving boys direction in their lives.
Right.
You clearly, my friend, gave this man, Todd Saylor, amazing direction and a great passion. That
Robert,
might have been your best moment.
Robert,
ever.
real quickly, we can all do that, though.
We can.
In any occupation, in any father, any situation, any level of financial whatsoever, it's all about leaving bits and pieces, and that's what I base my whole life on, is leaving bits and pieces.
Tell me about bits and pieces, Dad.
Sowing a seed, right?
Bits and pieces are what you give people as you go through life. Like when I was coaching or doing donut shops or working with my own children, I wanted them to have something to remember me by that was good. And there are things where maybe I scolded them, but yet I still try to give my sons, we have the two sons, Todd and Shane, and then a lovely, beautiful daughter. And so bits and pieces matter with employees, with everybody.
So I would tell you that that's what I call the ripple effect.
Yeah.
So after you're long gone,
right,
I always say to people, what's going to be your ripple effect throughout history? What are you going to touch and how are you going to touch it?
Exactly. And even if you're in the construction business, you're training people to do things. You're leaving bits and pieces with these little people.
Absolutely.
And those people admire what they're learning, and they survive because
But let me tell you, so this is why he's maybe not perfect for the session, but he's most perfect for the session. Because this is a character, people, that separates fatherhood. This is a character piece that separates you from other parenting. This is a character trait that separates your children. And what I was trying to get to earlier is, I'm one of, I did the math of over 1 million young men that you have touched over the last 60 years.
About 1 million, but
well, that you've affected. I mean, you've affected over 1 million.
Maybe you have.
No, you have
affected
because they've affected you. Dad,
exactly.
you have coached 3 generations. And if you just did the math on 100 men on each football team, and then their children, then their children's children, their children's children, and I dare to tell you that one has ever come back, and maybe you sat one kid on a bench, and maybe he was upset. But, I mean, you were telling me the other day how, because here's what he did. He fought me on the separation just a little bit. He goes, separation. Dad, he says, Todd, I can't talk about that. And I said, Dad, what do you mean? He goes, Todd, you're like, I'm just really perplexed. I can't, I'm having he's like doing a red fox. Oh, I'm coming. I can't see. I said, Dad, relax, separation. He says, Todd,
this is true.
He says, Dad, Robert, he has really been out of shape over this. Dad, what's wrong? He goes, I want to do your show, son. I want to be everything you want me to be, but I just can't talk about separation. I got every one of my athletes in the game. Every one of them played. We were all about being a team. We were all about being one. We were all about being this big front of success. Son, how can you talk about that? I said, Dad, that's what I'm talking about. Your ability to draw people together, your persistence to succeed, your willpower to unite and create a family won those games, and that is what separated you from Moon Mullins and the rest of those scurvy dudes out there trying to take your crown.
They were good people. But Todd, do you remember the wind sprint drill?
Oh yeah.
Come on, the wind sprint drill.
I had to do them at home after practice with you.
We got 44 people doing wind sprints, and they're all running, and they're all going on the same snap count. But when we changed the snap count and one guy jumped off, we had to go back and start all over
as a team.
And so I would say to you, if you recall, whose fault was it? And you said
we all would yell team.
Yeah.
We'd all
scream team. 45 guys, 50 guys, whatever, 30.
Yeah.
They would yell team. Okay, here's where it got me in trouble one time. We're in a real critical ball game.
Yeah, bring it.
And they're so used to hearing me say, if Todd jumped off at the tight end spot, I'd say, whose fault was it? And they'd just say team. Well,
wait, I gotta set this up.
Okay.
You're missing the best. This was my season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had some crazy guys like Dave Pytek, and we were all we were in the huddle, and you know,
we love you all in Angola and
I don't
Hudson,
care if
that's
you
for sure,
listeners.
though.
This is good stuff. You can listen all you want, but we're gonna tell this story, right? All right. So, anyways, we jumped off sides. We were losing
in this game.
Yeah, we jumped off sides 3 times in a row.
Yes,
but it's because of your separation. You wanted us to go off the ball. Almost together, but almost before the snap. And so we were
a little bit
because that was an edge, baby. We were pushing the limit.
Separation.
It was
separation.
Well, if we go on go, we would leave on G.
But the referee called us offsides 3 times in a row,
but it was one guy that was doing it.
Yeah, but needless to say,
and I'm yelling out there. I'm going to battle him on this.
The referee was my father-in-law. Now ended up marrying his daughter. It was Flying Freddy. So. We go off sides. We're at the back of the huddle, and my dad finally yells. He's really peeved. I mean, I can't even say the words. He's screaming at us out there, right, Dad?
I'm yelling. Whose fault?
He wants to know who's jumping off.
Yeah, I said who's jumping off? Who's doing it? I got to straighten this out. It's cost us 15 straight yards. Practically not every play, but almost. And they all turned to me together from the huddle and yelled, "Team!" I said, "No, who's off? I want to know who was offsides." Yeah, and I said, "Who jumped off?" And they said, "Team," and they got ugly with me.
Oh yeah, well, we did.
They did.
Yeah, but we drove down and scored and won that game because you motivated us. We knew we were going to run our asses off,
it was a backlash of my.
So separation matters. You know, these are funny stories. These are stories that I'm sure most people are smiling about and saying this is really good stuff. But separation matters. And so the first week we talked about if you don't have a plan, you can't execute one, Dad. And so it's all under this theme of do you want to be average? And, listen, radio people, I want you to understand real quick. When we say, do you want to be average, Dad? It's a rhetorical question that I've asked all my children. And if you want to be average, then you just go to practice and you come home.
Right.
If you want to be average, you go to work and you come home. If you don't want to be average, you stay a little later, you go in a little earlier, you do a little more study, you do those things. And so when my daughters are not doing things that I expect them to do to be better than average, I ask them that rhetorical question. And they'll roll their eyes right now and tell you, yeah, he does. And so here's where we're at. I'm not telling you that average is bad. I'm telling you average is the middle, right, Robert?
Yes, sir.
Average is the mean. Average is the dude that eats. How many pounds of cheese does the average guy eat in a year?
23. 23 pounds.
That's disturbing.
Yeah, 23 pounds of cheese.
I do not.
In 1950, what did the average dude eat of cheese in 1950?
8.
So we as an average man, Jim is actually the one.
2/3.
We work less.
Jim.
We work
Jim
less.
looks so nice this morning.
We work less and we eat more cheese. But my point of the matter is, I don't want to be average. You don't want to be average. But average is not a height. It's not a weight. It's not blue eyes or brown eyes. Average is this mindset of deciding to do better. And so I'm not dissing on anybody. And what better example than my father, who was almost...
But I don't eat cheese.
That was the best line of the entire show.
Oh my God!
I am about to pee my pants.
Yeah.
No, there's a reason why.
No pant peeing.
I think I just peed my pants.
No. Aisle 6, clean up. Oh no, it always comes back to sprinkles.
He doesn't eat cheese.
So anyway, separation. So when we talk about, if you decide that you want to be different and better or not average, then you have to have a plan. So we put a little thing on doing inventory and setting a plan. Just the idea of listening to this show sets you apart. Just the idea of wanting to be better sets you apart. Just the idea of encouraging someone else sets you apart. So anybody can do this little trick. All right? That's the secret sauce. It's your mind. It's your mind. And so when you look at a guy like Tom Saylor, you say, okay, Tom, how did you do it? Where were you born? What started all this? Why were you an Eagle Boy Scout? Why did you?
I wasn't an Eagle. I was life.
You were life. Okay. Why were you a Boy Scout? Why were you one? You told me when you were a little. I was in the Boy Scouts because of you. You said you were one badge away from being an Eagle Scout, and that was you had to like live in the woods overnight or what happened? Why didn't you make it?
Because I got involved in sports.
Oh, okay.
I did. I had to leave the band. They wouldn't give me a drum when I tried to be in the band. I went down the parade and I had a pad to hit, and I said, I don't need this.
They put you in the band and
They
as a
didn't
drummer?
give me a
Drum.
drum. I was a drummer, and they didn't give me a drum.
Did they give you sticks?
Yeah.
That's worse.
It was not.
Al, is that worse?
It was not cool, you guys. I'm telling you, it was
That
not
will mess
cool.
you up
Not
for
This
life.
is a true
This
story.
is why you're so
This
successful.
is a true story. And my dad sat in his oil truck. He was a wonderful human. His grandpa, he sat in the truck and he said, son, he said, I knew it was the end of the band for you. And it was. I used to go in my room and play on that drum pad. I wanted
that's heartbreaking.
4/4 time and all this stuff. You know, I'm going to be a drummer.
I
Ringo
could have lived
Starr.
without this story.
You had to
No.
throw away those
Well,
sticks.
But this
you
is why
know.
we're here, though.
Well,
This is
yeah.
why my brother and my sister
This is why
and
we're
all these
having
men.
fun. It's
Because of
true
drums?
stuff.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. This is a separating moment, right, Jim? If they would have gave him a stinking
That's
drum,
right. There you go.
he might have been in drumline. But no,
But he wouldn't have been your average drummer.
and he becomes a
would've.
football player, the world's greatest coach, an entrepreneur. He becomes an amazing father. And I want to thank that band director.
That's
Al.
where it started.
Where is that guy? Is he still alive?
No, I don't think
You
so.
know everybody.
I
You know,
don't
he
think
was,
so.
oh, okay.
Well, there's
All right.
Jerry Blackburn, but he was a friend of mine. He wasn't the guy.
You
that
got his name, though.
No, he was
You
in
got
band.
his
No,
name.
no. Jerry was with me in Hudson.
I'm coming after you, Jerry.
no, he was
I
with
can
me
take
in
him,
Hudson.
Dad. I know I can take him.
Everyone's coming after Jerry.
I don't know.
Well, I got to tell you, we're going to close this out, but long story short is you put me in the damn band. Why was I in the band?
You
No.
were in the
You made me
band.
play the French horn.
But I didn't let you play drums.
No, because you didn't want the same thing.
And then one day he's going to get benched and can't play the ball game
Oh.
because he didn't pass band.
I failed band, couldn't play
He couldn't
football.
play in the game.
My dad and the coach went up and put the band director in a stranglehold and made him change my grade from an F to a B, and I started that night.
Yeah,
Everybody,
good.
we're coming back for session 3.
And
No,
he
session
was
4.
a great
4.
player.
Oh, we love Tom. Oh, brother's going to be on the phone. Love y'all. Come back. WSRQ Radio.